Hello and welcome to Friday's programme.
Your headlines tonight. We're live at the Bath and West show where farmers say they need more support with the rising cost of fuel.
The shelves will get empty and we will be valued one day. That day's getting closer, but the shelves will get empty before people realise.
100 years since the general strike, we look back at the coal miners in the Forest of Dean who remained defiant for 9 months.
We catch up with Somerset's James Rue about getting the call up for England and what getting his first cap means to him.
And it's turned into a glorious day here at the Bath and West show, and it should be fine as we head through this weekend too.
Good evening. First tonight, farmers at this year's Bath and West show say rising costs since the start of the war in the Middle East are putting unsustainable pressure on food supply.
Today is the second day of the region's biggest agricultural event, celebrating Somerset's rich farming heritage. And Louisa Britton is live there for us tonight. So, Louisa, what have the farmers been telling you today?
Well, like you said, Alex, this event is all about celebrating the farming communities, the local farming communities. We're in the showering pavilion at the moment where many of the cattle are brought in. They're prepared to then go outside for the competitions. And this year, the number of farmers that are entering their animals in competitions is actually up compared to last year, which gives you an idea of how important the Bath and West show is for farmers, despite the financial challenges that they're facing. And one of the big issues is the Iran war, which is thousands of miles away, but the effects of which are very much being felt here. Whether it's feed, fuel or fertiliser, many aspects of farming have been impacted by the Iran war. David Chugg, the regional board chair for the NFU, says farmers planning next year's crops are considering whether the cost will be too high.
The fear is that when it comes to June, if the price of the fertiliser and that's not looking, and fuel is not looking to be in a better place, the fear is the crops won't be grown next year and the fields will be left fallow.
A third of fertiliser products pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Coupled with soaring fuel costs and inflation, there are fears it will threaten next year's food production.
We've seen prices going up. But certainly this fertiliser, or I should say probably chemical cost really, with things happening in parts of the world that we have really no control over at all. And we're not really going to see how that's affecting things probably until next year. You know, I've got to make the decision whether I'm going to use fertiliser this year or not. And that quite obviously will affect your production.
This year has been a successful one for the Yates family who farm near Shepton Mallet, winning Champion Holstein and Ayrshire. Though they say rising costs will soon feed through to the supermarket shelves.
It's particularly tough. Food's been too cheap. That is what it comes down to. And too cheap for 20, 30 years. And it's got to reset somehow. Farmers can't keep operating at a loss, and we will be valued one day. That day's getting closer, but the shelves will get empty before people realise.
The Royal Bath and West show is, as it is every year, a hub for the local agricultural sector to come together.
Farming's quite an isolated job and they're not having an easy time at the moment, so I think this is a great opportunity to meet up with their friends, meet up with people they maybe haven't seen for a year and have those conversations and realise that they're not alone.
The government says support is available, including reduced red diesel tax.
We are also working with the NFU and the industry to look to see what we can do, firstly to ensure that we've got fertiliser supplies, but also to make as efficient use of nutrient management as possible as the price of fertiliser goes up. So we are working and collaborating with the industry to make sure that we mitigate as much as possible some of the bad effects of what's going on in the Middle East.
While farmers are used to adapting to challenges, many say without more support, it could soon become impossible to cope. Like you heard there, behind the scenes, there are many difficulties the farming sector is facing. But of course, this event is very much, above all else, about celebrating rural life. And later on in the programme, we're going to have more about what's been going on today, everything from sheep shearing to dog agility and cider tasting. And of course, Charlie's going to be here with your region's forecast too.
Excellent. We look forward to that. Louisa, thank you so much. Now, it's been described as a brutal period for those living in the Forest of Dean. And tomorrow, commemorations will be held at the Dean Heritage Centre to mark 100 years since miners walked out for 7 months over wage cuts and longer working hours.
Well, it followed the general strike of 1926, sparked by an international economic crisis. But it plunged places like Colford and Cinderford into poverty when family relief was cut off to force people back to work. Max Walsh reports.
We'd rather starve in God's beautiful sunshine than starving over in the ground.
The miners fought on alone in desperate poverty and hardship.
Children were evacuated from the forest in 1926 as well because it was so very hard for the mining families.
100 years ago, more than 1.5 million workers went on strike to support miners facing wage cuts and longer working hours. But after 9 days, it was called off, leaving miners to face coal owners alone. And those in the Forest of Dean endured some of the toughest conditions over 7 months.
Without any income coming in, it would have been a brutal time for the whole community, which was dominated by the mining industry. It was tough times. In the meantime, the mine owners lived in the grand houses. You could actually see and walk past the inequality that existed between the owners of the mines and the people who had to struggle underground.
At the Dean Heritage Centre, they're holding an event to commemorate the lockout, which saw family relief cut off and people effectively starved back to work.
So this document here is entitled Feed the Children Movement, and you can see the date on here, May 1926.
In the archives, Nicola shows me some of the documents which reveal the hardship, but also the generosity of the community.
Because people were so poor, the miners had so little money, they couldn't even afford to eat properly. It's really meaningful because it's so personal and because people are giving so little, like a box of eggs or some cabbages or some potatoes, and the quantity of names on the list, you know, it's an A3 size document full of names, and you realise just how much the community are pulling together.
In the Forest of Dean, there are signs everywhere of its mining past, a landscape which still has free mines operating today.
To add to the tension of the time, some were able to work in independent free mines, which would have looked like this, something unique to the Forest of Dean. But the vast majority of miners who worked in deeper shafts were left unable to earn any money for themselves or their families.
They'd marched to Westbury, they was given a half a loaf of bread and a piece of cheese and a cup of cocoa. And grandfather said, yeah, and it wouldn't fit to give to the pigs I kept in earlier years. He said so.
Graham's grandfather, Sam Morgan, and his wife's grandfather, Joe Simmons, were both part of the 1926 lockout. To survive, they went to work in free mines like this one, so they had some income. But they were determined to hold out against the owners' demands.
Towards the end of the strike, Sammy, me lad in his Scotch brogue, when are you going to come back to work for me? Grandfather said, I'll see your moustache turn 20 different colours before I come and work for the likes of you. Mr. Langham said you took the bread from my children's mouths.
After 7 months, the strikers were forced back to work by destitution on the conditions imposed by the private owners. But many in the Forest of Dean today say there is an enormous sense of pride for what they did.
It can't really be a celebration of the outcome. We do need to remember the determination of ordinary working people who were prepared to sacrifice a tremendous amount to really get a fair deal. And you can look at it as a failure because they didn't win, but the determination, the solidarity, the support from the rest of the community And the story itself is definitely worth remembering and learning from.
Max Walsh there with that rather incredible report.
That was stunning and taught me so much, but actually how moving it was as well, especially to hear from the relatives.
I know. Absolutely amazing. Well, you're watching ITV News in the West Country with Alex and Seb.
And it's the weekend. Thank you for joining us. Still ahead before 6:30. We'll tell you all about the latest celebrities taking part in Soccer Aid on ITV this weekend. There's a lot of them.
Yes. And Charlie's at the Bath and West show, having quite a reflective moment. Charlie?
Hey, I like what you did there. It's a gorgeous day, living out a boyhood dream on a bright red tractor underneath some bright blue skies, and it looks okay into the weekend too.
That sounds good
That
to me.
sounds really
Blue skies and a tractor. What more can you want?
I know, right?
Now, it feels like the cricket season is hurtling along, and next week England's Test team meet for the first time since their Ashes defeat at the turn of the year.
Oh, it's painful at the time, wasn't it? Well, it's been a time of change for the Test side, and that's led to a call-up for Somerset's James Rew after an incredible campaign so far. So, what would that debut cap against New Zealand mean for the 22-year-old? Ross Arnott has been finding out.
For most young cricketers, the England Test team's stars are the pinnacle of the sport. James Rew, though, is packing his bags and will call them teammates next week. Called up for his country after an incredible season for Somerset, he's been tipped as a talent for several years, and now, well, he may well get his opportunity.
Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. To be picked for the England squad, it's great news for me and the family, and yeah, really glad to be involved. Being around the squad is incredible and absolutely loved it.
How are the nerves? How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous, a little bit excited. In growing up as a kid, like I'm sure a lot of people would say, is I did dream of it. But yeah, last couple of years, people have kind of spoken about it, and I thought if I keep knocking on the door, I might get an opportunity to be involved in the squad. So yeah, it's nice to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to getting started next week.
You know, your figures in first-class cricket actually are astonishing. They're putting you amongst some of the best cricketers to ever play the game. Do you look at that?
Not really. I think I've just got lucky with some good wickets here at Taunton.
I think you're being a bit modest.
No, I don't know, but yeah, it helps when you're playing alongside some great batters here. Yeah, everybody's pretty happy for me. I've got a couple of nice messages from people, friends and family, so yeah. It's a nice feeling and got a lot of support from people back here.
He's dubbed a generational talent, but what's scary is there may be another Rew not far behind. This season he's been lining up alongside younger brother Thomas, who's proving pretty handy himself.
It's the club that we've grown up loving, me and my brother, and played all the age groups for Somerset. So yeah, to play with him a couple of weeks ago against Yorkshire for Somerset, and it would be nice to play with him for England one day as well. So that's probably the ultimate dream for me.
For those here at Somerset, his call-up is no surprise and just another sign on how he's viewed in the English game.
I think he's going to be one of the very best, and again, he's incredibly humble, works incredibly hard, but it's the maturity he shows in the middle has allowed him to perform really well in Division 1 for the last probably 3.5 years. And as I say, thoroughly deserves his opportunity, and hopefully he gets it.
England are always searching for the next generation, those capable of surviving in the pressure cooker of Test cricket. And now, Somerset's rising star has the chance to shine on the biggest stage. Ross Arnott, ITV News.
Oh, he's going to be one of the best.
How excited are you?
I am. I think I'm fingers crossed that he gets his debut cap.
And his brother.
And his brother eventually in the future.
Yeah.
I think that will happen.
Amazing.
Right, we're going to go from cricket to football because the domestic season's over and there's still a couple of weeks to go until the World Cup. But if you are looking for a football fix, it's nearly time for Soccer Aid.
So this weekend sees music, TV, film stars all join former footballers, which must be quite intimidating, for the charity football match, which is marking its 20th year, which is shocking. We sent Lauren Hall to join them at training.
Getting some practice in ahead of this weekend, when they'll be competing in the biggest charity football match in the world. This is Soccer Aid's 20th year, so you probably know the format by now. You've got two teams, England and the Wild 11, each made up of footballing legends and various other celebrities. And it's fair to say they're all taking it pretty seriously.
Very confident. It feels like the tide is moving in an English direction.
What Tom doesn't know is we've been doing a Southampton and spying on them for the last few months. That's actually the tree I've been behind with my little binoculars. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on Sunday night, there'll be no hiding from the crowds, not to mention all those tuning in and watching on TV.
It's all about survival for me. Listen, the key is get the ball, give it to someone better than me, which is most people on the team.
I'm super excited for the game. I don't know if I'm going to be any good, let's see, but yeah.
So happy to be back. I mean, I'm surprised that they keep asking me back, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always nice to put the boots on and have a kick about.
This training regime I had in my head just never conspired, so I'm starting afresh, but very excited.
Someone who has been training is Ollie Mers. He's just completed an epic 400-kilometre challenge, running, rowing and riding from Old Trafford to the London Stadium, the home of this year's match.
This challenge, it was always in a straight line. I didn't have, Michael Essien taking me out. I didn't have someone running towards me. I haven't got other people to take. I was just me on my own, so it's a slightly different obstacle at the weekend.
For others, the biggest obstacle is the fact they're surrounded by famous faces.
I'm trying to play it cool. I'm trying to be like, yeah, no, this is fine, don't worry about it. Inside, I'm like a screaming child, like screaming with joy of like, oh, this is crazy. Pinch myself.
There'll be more singing, when the teams unwind with a bit of karaoke.
Stupidly, I got up with them.
How'd it go?
And sang Mustang Sally.
Nice! Mate, I bet are you going to do that this year?
I hope not.
Yeah, no, we're going to get Wayne up. 100%. Of course, it's their performance on the pitch that really matters. And a result they'll all be happy with is raising as much money as possible for UNICEF to help children around the world. Lauren Hall, ITV News.
Good luck to anyone who's tackling Joe Marler.
Yeah, I know, but he is the king of cool, isn't he? If you were taken out by him, it'd be fair enough. You can watch all the build-up to Soccer Aid right here on ITV. It's on Sunday afternoon from 5 o'clock, and then kick-off is at 6:30. I think it will be hilarious.
It will be. And staying with football, Bristol City have appointed Michael Skubala as their new manager. Skubala joins from League One champions Lincoln City and has signed a 3-year contract. He arrives at Ashton Gate after former England boss Roy Hodgson spent a short spell in charge as interim manager.
Well, the ITV News continues after us with the national and international stories at 6:30. Here's Lucrezia Millerini.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, 2 people charged over the fatal shooting of a woman in Sheffield. Shanice Brooks's family say she had the purest heart. The moment one of Jeff Bezos' rockets explodes on the launch pad and...
Ale, ale, ale! Come on, you Gunners!
Arsenal fans gear up in Budapest ahead of the Champions League final. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Before all that, it's time to go back to the Bath and West show. In Shepton Mallet. I almost forgot where it was.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, Charlie is there, unfortunately, did remember where it was.
Yes.
And look at you with your multicoloured tractors.
I've been slightly magnetised to them, but they are glorious, aren't they? There's just so much to see here, and thank goodness it turned out to be another really fine day. We'll concentrate on the weather in just a second, of course, but it's not as hot today as it has been over the last couple, so it's a lot easier to kind of get around, and there's a hell of a lot to see as well, whether it's tractors or steam power or sheep shearing. The show has got everything. It's a huge showground and area as well, the heart of which, of course, is all about the agriculture, the livestock and the animals, and we just about managed to squeeze a little bit of everything into what you can expect to see from your day out here.
You get to see people from all over, obviously the West Country, and different questions. Everyone wants to come round and take pictures of the actual fire.
family entertainment. I can compete the dogs, they can come and have a nice time shopping, watching the horses, watching the sheep. Yeah.
I really like it because there's like a ton of stuff you can buy and see horses and motorbikes. I really like all the horses because I'm a really big horse fan and I like how they can go really fast.
That tractor in particular, I used it as a boy, like, so you've grown up with it, and it's nice to still keep it going, like.
We've been coming, well, one of us has been coming 20 years, one of us has been coming 50 years, so we always come.
I think it's wonderful. We come back as a family every year when we can.
I just really like everything. It's just so many different things and I just find it really fun.
Sheep are unpredictable, so it's a very unpredictable sport. It's competitive on the board, but when we're all sat down outside of the shearing, we're all very friendly. All the older generation always help, even up there, always help the younger ones.
Glorious, just that end shot where you can see the pure scale of it. And the eagle-eyed amongst you may well have seen one of these carts attached to one of these goats, and that's because they are part of the Harness Goat Society. I'm just going to ask Sally a question here. Now, Sally, a lot of people probably won't, hi there, a lot of people probably won't know too much about the fact that goats are working animals. What is it about this society that's really important?
Well, we're celebrating our 40th year this year, so we've been doing this for quite a long time, helping to promote the health and well-being of goats, working goats potentially. But the last couple of days we had a fantastic time here at the show, just talking to the general public and promoting goats in general. Make the most fantastic pets, easy to train, very versatile, steady on their feet, and you can train them to either pull a carriage or to carry a pack saddle.
It's brilliant. They look absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I'll give that some thought about the old pet thing. Paul, you've got some slightly smaller ones here.
Yeah, these are pygmy goats.
It's been really hot the last couple of days. How have they fared when it comes to temperatures that have been kind of historic, 30 degrees or so?
Well, goats love the sun. They're mainly from Africa, so they absolutely adore the sun. And it's a little known fact that actually goats don't have waterproofing in their coats. So they absolutely detest the rain.
I see.
And if you keep them, you need to make sure that they can get out of the rain to stay in the dry.
Very interesting stuff. Well, it looks like the show should probably just about stay dry, but there is a bit of rain in the forecast. So, I mean, you two, did you know that there was such thing as a harness goat and the fact that they could work? What do you think about that?
I've learned everything.
I learnt a lot, and I know what to get you for your birthday now, which is perfect, which is a goat.
Yes, please.
Do you want a big one or a little one? I mean, that one's giant.
Now, Charlie, how's it looking for the weekend?
They're incredible. Well, as we work our way through tomorrow, there's still some fine weather around, but we are going to see a little bit of a change as we work our way through into next week, more especially with a combination of lower temperatures and with that some slightly less settled weather. So if you're a fan of all this, blue sky and fairly decent temperatures, make the most of it because there is a change happening.
Today's forecast, blue skies, followed by a spread of hot and cold plates. TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
So yeah, some fine weather really as we work our way into the weekend, particularly Saturday. I think on Sunday there'll be a bit more cloud around, maybe an occasional shower, and it will feel a little bit fresher by that point as well. The Atlantic shows high pressure just about clinging on as we head into the start of the weekend, but as that moves away, the Atlantic then takes charge and we see areas of low pressure in fronts and perhaps some slightly stronger winds working in from the west, and it's that will mean those temperatures are dragged downwards, but still average for the time of year. As for the rest of this evening, glorious, really. Lots of blue sky for most of us. After what was a little bit of a cloudy and damp start, fine this evening and tonight. We might see a bit of low cloud increasing, but temperatures will be that little bit lower than they've otherwise been so far this week. Down to single figures in a couple of places, which I think most of us will be happy about. It's been really uncomfortable to sleep through the night, hasn't it? But it also may mean that we have a little bit of cloud as we head into tomorrow morning, but that'll go pretty quickly. It's a dry day on Saturday, a bit of cloud to begin with, but increasing amounts of sunshine, and certainly by the afternoon, a return to this pretty much, with some even higher temperatures, 23 or 24 Celsius, very high levels of UV still. But yeah, one more bit of warm sunshine to come before we head through to Sunday and next week. Now, the outlook shows a number of things. A bit more rain as you look at the symbols, so we'll see some outbreaks of rain coming through, I think, as we work our way through the course of Monday, and something a bit more showery after that, so a change there. Winds pick up a little bit, you'll notice that, but also temperatures probably more like the high teens. But it's June next week, and the average should be the high teens, so it's something a bit typical, but compared to how it has been over the last couple of days, that's a big change.
TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Making the most of summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
And with our weather changing somewhat as we work our way through towards the end of the weekend and start of next week, that's better news for hay fever sufferers as pollen levels down to low from Monday, even if the weather is a little less settled. So swings and roundabouts with the weather and the pollen. I'm joined though now by a couple of very special guests.
I'm back with Billy the goat. Hello. I've got a couple of treats to keep him.
Oh, where'd you get the treats from?
Well. Yeah.
I'll have to get those later. Sorry, Billy, I've been ignoring you. How have you had? How have you enjoyed today? What's been the best bit for you?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I love the variety of it all. It's like food, animals. You were at the tractors earlier. It's just so much fun, and the weather's been glorious too.
It's been great. These guys have certainly loved it, and I think everyone else has here too.
Oh, I love it. And I love the jeopardy as well of working with goats.
Billy the goat there.
Yeah.
Now, there are plenty more stories over on ITVX, including this. Back in 1972, we filmed a rolling pin champion training at Stroud Rugby Ground. Eunice Guy takes it very seriously as they face competition from 3 other Strouds across the world, America, Canada and Australia. She gave us a few tips.
You give a good firm grip as though you're shaking hands with it, and then you get a good stance with your feet, about foot to 18 inches apart. You start with your rolling pin way up, bring your rolling pin way back to transfer your weight, right back around as far as you can, turning from the trunk, and then swing it forward so you get a good smooth turn like that.
Ow!
Wow.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. No one argued with Eunice.
No.
That's it from us.
Yeah, Ellie has the late news for you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.